Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to make a video about does nursing school really prepare you for nursing? So I graduated nursing school. It'll be 8 years. It'll be 8 years this year that I graduated, and I've only been working as a nurse for 7 years. So the school that I went to in associate's degree school. So I got my ADN, my associate's degree of nursing. Um, and that school, it was actually pretty hard to get into. They had a really long wait list. After you did like your prereqs, if you didn't have like more than like a 3.5 GPA, 3.7, it was really difficult to get into. And even if you had that GPA, though you needed to have A's or at least a very high B in your science classes. So your chemistry, your bio, A&P, all those you needed to have the lowest was a very high B. So for me, it was very competitive. So for me, when I went in, they had already told me when I had asked, when you go in and you talk to like the admissions person or I don't know, whoever they are. But when you go and you make your plan of what you want to do, uh, they told me how competitive it was, and so I had already put in my mind that if I have a 4.0, what's going to be the problem? So that's what I did. I made sure that I got an A in every single class so that when I went to apply for the nursing program, my grades was not the issue, which it wasn't. So I applied one time and immediately got in. Um, Whereas I know other people who applied multiple times and couldn't get in, or they were on a wait list. And they didn't care how long you were on that wait list. They went by grades. So you could have been on the wait list for 3 years, and then somebody just applied fresh and they got in, but it was simply because their grades were better. Their science grades were better than their overall GPA. So yeah, it was very good school. We were able to go to every single hospital in our surrounding area. We went to clinics. We went to rehab places. We went to outpatient surgery centers, psych centers. We went everywhere. Learned a lot. It was a 2 year program, 2 years straight of the nursing program you had to do, and then you also had to do 1 or 2 years of prereqs. So the lowest you were in that program was 3 years. Um, so very good school, um, very competitive, and so yeah, I feel like I got a very good learning experience there. Would I say that that school prepared me for nursing? Not really. It gave me a very basic knowledge of nursing. And I think that a lot of nurses will say the same thing, that nursing school pretty much just gives you a very basic overview and very, very general, but not anything in depth. Not at all. When you graduate school and you get hired in, you're going to feel like an idiot, period. And then you realize just how much they didn't teach you. So, this is what I feel like nursing school does. I feel like they teach nurses mainly about the diseases and the disease process. I kind of feel like when we're in nursing school, we're kind of getting kind of a little bit of what the doctors are getting. Like they're very focused on the science. They want us to know, at least I know my school, they wanted us to know the whole disease process on a cellular level, like on a molecular level. They wanted us to know, okay, well, this person has CHF, but why do they have CHF? How do they have CHF? What's being affected? What part of the body? What's happening inside of the cells that is creating this person to have CHF? Not so, so and we got tested on that. I know for my school, we got tested on that. And it wasn't so much of how to take care of that person, who has CHF, that was, yeah, we got taught that as well, and how to care plan, and you know, just general, what would you do for a CHFer. But a lot, when I remember on my test, it was not so much nursing, how am I going to take care of this person, it was really on a molecular level, you know, what's happening, you know, in the cells to make that. And I wish that, you know, I mean, I'm glad for it, because it is awesome if you plan on furthering your education. But at the same time, I'm not a doctor, and when I graduate, I'm not going to be a doctor, and I can't even offer up my ideas to a doctor, really. You know, I can't diagnose this patient. I need to know what to do as a nurse to take care of this CHFer. And I felt like, at least from my school, that I didn't get that. Um, so yeah, so I felt, again, that they just gave you more of the disease process, not so much of what will a nurse be doing for a CHF patient. No, I don't feel like uh like I got that, and I know a lot of nurses who also feel like that. We just didn't get that. A lot of doctors want their nurses to know exactly what's going on, and we should know what's going on in a cellular molecular level, because when we give these medications, that's also the other thing. When we're learning medications, we have to know exactly how that medication breaks down, what cells is it affecting, how is it affecting it, what sort of effects is going to have. And you need to be looking out for these positive effects that could result from this, as well as adverse effects that could result from that. So again, all very sciencey on a molecular level. It really is. It's not, no, on the test we don't get taught how to give the person the medication. You know, we no, we don't get taught that. Um, I mean, it's pretty basic, but still, you know, but still. Um, so yeah, again, again, they just teach us science part. What they don't teach, and what is really vital when you become a nurse, and okay, this also depends on facilities as well. And every facility is different, every hospital is different, and every hospital has its own different policies and procedures and things that they're going to do. Even when you switch from one hospital to another, there will be certain things you will have to relearn and redo based on that hospital's policies and procedures. So what they don't teach, and what I wish that they would teach, number one, time management. Time management is so important to a successful nursing career. You have to know how to manage your time. And when you are in nursing school, I know for me, they always start you off with one patient, sometimes two. Like towards the end of the program, you get two patients. And I know I had one teacher who, she felt like if we could handle our two patients well, she even threw us three. And I remember I was just over the moon when I got my little third patient. But and we all know in the hospital, even in long-term care, you're going to get about 50. And in hospitals, depending on what area you're going to be in, especially if you're a floor nurse, you're going to have like 7 or 8 patients. So nursing school in no way prepares you for the type of time management that you need to possess as a nurse. And I really wish that they would would help us out with that more when we're students. I wish they would just go ahead and just give us 2, 3 patients right in the beginning, so that towards the end of our program, the end of the 2 years, we could have 6 patients. So at least we have an idea, even if we're not doing total care for that patient. At least we could know how to pass meds to 6 patients, how to do assessments for 6, how to chart on 6, towards the end, especially when we have help, and their nurses there if we can't do it all. But I really wish they would help with that. Another thing that nursing school doesn't really teach you about is charting, and that may be because every hospital have their, own computer system they want to use, but they tell you what to chart. They're like, you need to chart your vitals, la da da. But there is so much involved in charting besides some vitals, besides a pain scale. You have to do admissions, Lord have mercy. There's transfer charging, there's discharging, charting. There's so much to do with charting, and nursing school it doesn't even teach you the tip of the iceberg for charting. No, no. The other thing that nursing school doesn't teach you how to deal with is difficult patients and difficult family. They don't teach you that. Difficult coworkers, you don't get taught how to deal with that. Another thing is equipment, lifts, and mainly just lifts and stuff, and equipment on how to transfer patients around. They don't. Basically, you get taught which the gate belt, and that's about it. But there's lots of equipment that's used in hospitals, especially depending on what floor you're on. Another thing that nursing school doesn't teach is orders. Nurses are putting in orders. We all want to hope and believe that the doctors will be putting in those orders. No, no. Especially if it's a telephone order and you have to call them, usually that doctor is going to be like, yeah, could you put that order in? Or they're just going to assume you're going to do it. So we have to put in orders. I wish they would teach us that. They teach us how to call the doctor and how to relay a problem to him and or her and to get a solution, but they don't tell you what to do when the doc says, yeah, do da 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 da. Okay, well, that's an order and we got to put that in. So they don't teach about that, and you will be doing that a lot. They don't teach about like labs. Labs are extremely important. I know that it just wasn't like heavily emphasized in school about how important labs are, how to order labs, how to like when you have to replace things. Electrolytes, they don't really teach about that. Blood replacement, no. Blood administration, no. I didn't get taught that. And so yeah, again, it may be just because every hospital is different, but I still wish that nursing school will at least give us a little bit more in-depth knowledge on that. I wish they would, because it does help, and these are essential things you have to know when you become a nurse. When you're out on the floor, this is what they're looking for. You'd be surprised how care planning is like probably the least important thing that they really care about. Whereas in nursing school, it's like number one, your care plan. It's your whole everything. And no, when you get out into nursing, you will see the doctor's orders, what he wants you to do, and your care plan is like, I've even seen some patients without a care plan in their chart, and I have to, slip one in there. But yeah, you do what the doctor says pretty much. So yeah, that's my video. I'm curious on what you guys think, especially if you guys have been in nursing school. Do you think that nursing school really prepared you for the nursing profession? And anybody who's not in nursing school yet, don't let it freak you out. You will still be fine. But do you find that a little discouraging to know that even though you're going to nursing school, you may not be prepared? They may not be teaching you how to be a nurse when you get out. So let me know what you think in the comments. All right, thanks. Bye.